Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to a brand new week on DOdaily. It's Des here, who's ready for some Monday motivation, who's ready to give this week a real big effort. Let's give it a go this week. Incidentally, the end of the week will be my 200th DOdaily episode every weekday for the last 40 weeks. Really looking forward to sort of celebrating that, not too much, but it's a nice milestone to show some consistency. And that's something I'm going to speak about today on DOdaily. As ever, I just let you know how the weekend's gone. A little bit indifferent, a lot indifferent really. Myself and Kay in particular, received some bad news. So it's been a little bit tricky in that sense. We've had to deal with a loss. Other than that, sort of missed a bit of sleep because of that. The weather's, as you can see at the moment, it looks pretty amazing, but yesterday was tricky with the snow. Actually brilliant to get out in, not just because it's fun, and everybody likes the scenery, the views, and what it looks like when it snows, but it was just nice because we got the chance to see people having fun, enjoying themselves, and with everything going on right now, not just our own personal circumstances, I think it's really important to see that, where I was in particular, there was people who didn't even know each other having snowball fights, enjoying the snow, enjoying the river, and all those things made it look pretty amazing, and it was just to pick me up. I needed as well, after that indifferent weekend, it was just a little bit tricky, but again, referring back to that consistency, by doing some of the things I've done, when these situations arise these days, I feel we're in a lot better position to deal with them. They're still upsetting, of course, nothing can sort of take that pain away, but we've put ourselves in a lot better position. Of course, every week on a Monday, what I like to do is run down what we've got on offer, touched on what today's Monday motivation is going to be about. Tomorrow we've got the solidarity session, really looking forward to getting back involved in that group activity. Because of the weekend and the way it's panned out, it seems like a long time, since we did that. Of course, we do the solidarity session, the Wednesday workout, the Saturday self-fit, and last week there was all fantastic. I asked you guys to post pictures of your activity, so we can share them across the story to motivate and inspire others to get involved as well. And like I say, they've been absolutely brilliant. We was giving it a real push last week because of Blue Monday, or that day that doesn't really exist. So this week going forward, we can forget all about that and we can give it another real big push. And like I say, I'm looking forward to it in particular. Put the post out through the closed social media group, check that out. It's just about getting involved, doing some activity at the same time. Whatever you choose, doesn't have to be running, which is the main focus here, of course, but I'm out now for a walk, getting in my daily activity in that way. If you want to get out on the bike, I'm sure tomorrow by 6:30 the snow will all be cleared up, particularly where we are. We'll choose some rain, but if it's not where you are, absolutely anything you can do, whether it's an own workout, lifting a few weights, whatever it can be. If you do it at 6:30, it'll be great to have you involved. We call it the solidarity session because we all are doing it at the same time, so it's just a fantastic way to show some team spirit whilst we can't meet up in person. Of course, it's virtual, like the Wednesday workout. The Wednesday workout has been running throughout January. What I've asked the guys to do is complete a full marathon in terms of set distances across each Wednesday. It's called a fractured marathon, but if you're not involved in that, just get out there, take part in some activity, again, without sort of being at the same time like it is on a Tuesday. It's a great virtual session where people can post in, and what it does, it just picks us all up midweek when things are getting tough, when situations are getting on top of us, when we've not got much time sometimes because of family commitments, working from home, homeschooling, whatever might be thrown at you right now. It just gives us that little bit of extra time, a bit of time for ourselves. That's important, isn't it? To take part in something, to be part of this virtual effort we like to sort of attack the week with, particularly on a Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday thoughts, looking forward to that. Again, keep posting your questions. Of course, that's me answering your questions live. I'm getting out of my comfort zone to try and pass on little bits of information, which might just help, in everyday life, with the coronavirus, with motivation, with getting involved in activity. I'll answer absolutely anything, of course within reason. And this week I'm looking forward to the fact I'm going to bring somebody in who can provide slightly more information on one of the subjects that's been asked of me. So looking forward to that. It's always great to get a different face in and get a different opinion. So do check that out. Like I say, keep posting those questions in. If you can answer last week's throwback question, that'll be fantastic too. Check out last Thursday, to see the information and the question there. It'll be great if you can get involved. And of course, as ever, despite the fact I seem to walk every day, I wake up to walk on Friday. Really sort of love doing that. Last week it was slightly different. I actually walked point to point, got a really good response. It was an inner city route rather than a park. And it just shows that we can actually get out there and do our activity wherever we are. I always say everybody's got something on the doorstep, and that just proved it. Sometimes I just feel like going and walking around the sort of the industrial side of things. Just to get a different sort of perspective on things, just to get a different slant on what I'm doing. Take different pictures because it's something I enjoy. But the all important thing is getting in that activity. So wake up to walks, about encouraging that, letting people know the benefits of really attacking the day and giving it a go. And as mentioned, we will have the Saturday selfie again. We always do. That's your chance to get out and do some activity. If I find some inspiration throughout the week, I'll ask you I'll kind of create a theme around it. If not, we'll just go out there, take a picture of your activity, post it back in, and again, I'll share them across the story. But Monday motivation, like I said before, what I'm going to talk about today is consistency and really sort of putting the effort in. Every week on a Monday, I ask you guys to get involved in the activity. And even now, some are still kind of scoffing at what I'm doing, not quite sure what it's all about. But it's about putting that hard work in, isn't it? I've noticed at this particular time, a lot of people are looking for sort of instant gratification. They're justifying what they do, and I can understand that. The situation's difficult, the coronavirus and what's been thrown at us. It's really tough. Sorry, somebody's just looking at me. It's really tough. So people are just going to do things that give them that instant gratification. But also, on the other hand, all this work we put in, all the work I've put in to do daily, I wasn't looking for that. I'm looking for what's called delayed gratification. So basically, I knew starting out with Do Daily that it wasn't going to be the finished article. What my initial aims were just to be consistent. I think I've proved that now after 200 days. But I know it's going to take a lot of hard work. I don't just come on here, do 15 minutes a day, do my live session. It takes getting out there for a walk. It might be early, it might be late. I listen to things, and it's putting that work in, isn't it? It's putting the work in throughout. And Tuesday, Wednesday, it's about sort of carrying on with that activity, doing the things I enjoy doing. We talk about goals and aims quite a lot, and all the time I'm working to those, and some of the guys who get involved quite a lot, they are too. And I think what that shows by doing it time on time, some people might say, well, that don't really work for me. But the Tuesdays, for example, people have done it every week and they get so much from it, and they're getting that delayed gratification. And that's what's important, isn't it? A lot of the time, it's so easy to receive the instant gratification. You'll stick something up on social media, 60 people like it. That's fantastic, isn't it? But what is the end result? And that's really the point today. It's just about sort of letting you know how important it is to use some of these things, whether it's things I suggest, whether it is Do Daily, whether it's advice given from other people. It's to use it, keep listening to it, keep working at it and take it forward. Of course, this group's sort of based around running, I'm trying to sort of extend that into other areas, but you wouldn't get up and run a marathon, you wouldn't just get up one day and say, I'm going to run a marathon. Some people might have that capability, but ultimately you'd create a training plan, work to a training plan, you build your mileage, you'd put the miles in, you put the effort in, and then get to a point where you can go, yes, I'm ready to do it, and that's kind of what I'm saying today. All this we do throughout the week, it's about getting us through to a better time. we're all on a roller coaster of a journey. As I discussed right at the start of the episode, things get in the way, things upset us. But fortunately, by being consistent, by doing all the things that I know work for me, by doing lots of activity, by sort of looking at my habits, I've spoke a lot about goals and targets for January. People are always saying to me, how do you feel not eating meat? And I can't really answer it straight away. I always say I like to do these things, so in 3, 6, 12 months time I can answer the question properly. I can tell people what it's done, because I'm making lots of changes for the end result, and if meat and not drinking and doing activity consistently is getting me there, then I'm going to keep doing that. And I think that's the important message to remember. You get out what you're putting in life. I think I said that last week. So if we can keep sort of pushing on, keep sort of getting out there, making the most. Look at it today, it's absolutely fantastic. If you've not been out today, well, shame on you. It's cold, the floor's damp, but the blue skies, and even if it's just 10-15 minutes to take a break from what you're doing inside, it's absolutely fantastic. But by doing it consistently, you're reaping all those benefits. You'll be a lot more positive about what you're doing. Get involved in some of this activity. It's all known to improve our physical health. The Tuesday training, the Wednesday workout, it's activity, it's exercise. We all know that helps, but what people don't know quite so well is how much it improves your mental health. And that's the message kind of trying to get across, just by being sort of relatable and honest. Again, going right back to what I said at the start about why I do this and what I wanted to achieve from it initially, as well as the consistency. I just want to be honest and relatable, and I think to some degree I'm achieving that. I keep working on making the message a little bit more articulate, and I put a post out there last week when it dawned on me it was the 200th episode, that I'll still be hearing 400 more episodes, 200 more episodes for the 400 after that, because I want to do something. I've got a sort of real passion to deliver a message, to enjoy what I'm doing, and keep driving forward. And by doing the activity, the routine, day in, day out, I know I'm getting there. So that's all I want to say today, guys. It's just to try and help you understand that if you're sort of looking for that instant gratification, it doesn't always work out in the long run. It's fantastic to get all those plaudits to read. Sometimes we need a sort of boost and some nice words, but if you do it long term, show some real results, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, it makes a world of difference. You can really motivate and inspire others then, and when you do that, nothing else really matters. Believe me, it's something I really enjoy. And when people tell me that, who've been looking in for a while, it's really important to me to enjoy that, to understand and realise why it makes me so happy doing what I'm doing. So if you can, never miss a Monday. Get out there. It's a bit crunchy, it's a bit cold, wrap up warm, but get some activity in, clear the mind, clear it from whatever's gone before. Like I said, we've had to do that yesterday by doing activity after that bad news. It gave us the real intent to drive on, and whilst it's upsetting, it's something we've prepared ourselves for mentally, and can deal with a lot better. So that's all I've got to say today, guys. Give it a real go. Get out, get active, enjoy what you're doing. I'll be back tomorrow for the solidarity session at 6:30. I'll be back at 6 to encourage participation at 6:30. If you can, please join us. If you've not done it before, make this the first week. Start with some intent, and before you know it, you'll be a massive part of what we do, and you'll be making massive improvements. Until then, guys, just doing it.